The 2018 Best Tool Gifts Father's Day Edition.
Howdy y'all, it's Jordan Smith.
And Matt Reisinger from The Build Show. Now, tool gifts for Dad, we've got all kinds of stuff for you, but the best gift for Dad is gonna be one that he's actually gonna carry with him. So Jordan, let's do a pocket dump and let's show these guys what our everyday carry is, because I think there's some good ideas for Father's Day here. So you go first.
Knives. I carry the Benchmade Mini Griptilian. Love that knife. Flashlights, Meritech AAA. I keep a notebook with my Parker Jotter pen and a magnesium fire starter on the keychain.
I love that your knife is powder blue, by the way.
That's my wife's. Pretty.
So that knife's about 90 bucks, but mine, on the other hand, this Kershaw Ken Onion Edition Leek is only about 50 bucks. So if you lose it, you're not crying quite as hard. I also like the Meritech flashlight. These are 50 bucks in black or 60 in copper. Tim Hill got these for us. What a cool gift. I use that every day. The other thing I really like is this key smart holder. You can fit multiple keys into one compact space. Put that with your keychain with a little paracord and you've got a really nice setup for the day.
And while we're talking everyday carries, this I don't keep on my person, but a good multi-tool is always great to have in the truck. This is the Gerber Suspension. It's about $30, so it's not as expensive as if you move up to the Leatherman Skeletool. This is a really cool tool. It's got all of your essential tools, has the pocket clip as well as a carabiner, and then they go from the Skeletool smaller to the CS, and this has the scissors. You can also get it with pliers, and then they've got the PS.
Now the PS I like because it's got pliers on there and some smaller scissors, but the big deal about the PS is that this one's TSA compliant, so I keep it in my briefcase and I can get on the plane even if I've forgotten to take my knife out. And this one's small enough that you're good to go.
And you're like 60 bucks for these and 20
bucks.
30 for those.
Yeah, something like that. Now when you're done with those, you need to sharpen them and keep them sharp. I really like these $40 Benchmade sharpeners. Compact sharpener does everything you need, but the thing that separates this one from most is it's got the leather stroke, so you can really hone your knives super sharp. I keep it on the shelf next to where I keep my knives. And speaking of knives, flashlights go hand in hand with knives. For about 22 bucks, these Nebo flashlights, really handy. Now you can attach this into your pocket and you can actually use this hand-free, or if you're a steel guy, it's also got a magnet on there so you can pop it right onto your Man of Steel that you happen to have nearby. All right, next up, a bit set. You know, every dad needs a bit set, and for 25 bucks, this Milwaukee set has everything, which I like, especially because it's got the T-bits in there. Those T25s we use a lot in construction, and having a set that has a little bit of everything available, I keep this in my truck and my workbench at all times.
And then you have to have something to drive those bits. There's two different versions of an impact driver, your standard version, and then this is a soft impact. It's much quieter.
Yeah, that soft drive's got some oil in the gearbox and it's like it's running it underwater, so quite a bit softer. And of course, if you're running tools, you need some gloves. Now, as a builder, project manager, there's a lot of days that you pull up to a job site and realize, God, I gotta move that lumber pile around to make room for those guys. A fast fit pair like this, Mechanics brand, runs about 12 bucks, on and off, really easy. Now, these aren't as durable as you might find with a more robust set, but for 12 bucks, you can afford to lose them or break them, and they're super easy to get on and off.
But if you're actually having to work for a living and keeping your gloves on all day, I really like these General Ironclads. They've got a leather palm, padding in the palm, really comfortable to keep on for several hours, but you're not going to be pulling them on and off like you are the fast version.
Okay, next tool on our list. You know, every dad, whether you're working on the job site or working around the house, needs a caulking gun, and most caulking guns that dads have are the really cheap ones, and they are so unsatisfying, whereas these guys, the newborn models, they make it in quart size and of course the bigger size. These run about 25 bucks. You can cut the nozzle on there, you can pierce the nozzle on there, and the big handle means that you can squeeze even a cold tube really, really easily.
And then lastly, this is a really cool little book. It's waterproof and it's all the knots you'll ever need to know. If you're like me or Matt, you know knots, you've learned them, but you don't remember them. This is something that's cool to keep in your glove compartment, and you're able to do all of your knot tying on the weekend. I like that.
Okay, and last on my list, a little more expensive, 90 bucks for this battery tester. But you know, I'm always frustrated if I've got a battery that I'm not sure if it's dead, I've taken it out of something, And I hate to throw away a good battery still, so this one, you can test just about every size and shape. You can test alkaline, nickel metal hydride, lithium, all these. It's about 90 bucks. They make a mini version that we actually use a lot in video production because we're mainly using AA's for about 40 bucks. But the maxi version, if you've got a home spot where you keep all your batteries, every possible battery you're gonna find is gonna be tested right here.
Proverbs 14:26 says, "Whoever fears the Lord has a secure fortress, and for their children it will be a refuge."
Guys, just to end on a high note, we've got a lot of things that's on our back as men and as fathers especially. We've got a household to care for, we've got wives and children to love, we've got to feed them, and we've got to make sure we've got the income coming in. In my life, I've found this book to be really, really profitable. I've had this copy for over 20 years. This is called The Man in the Mirror by Patrick Morley. I've actually gone through this book with several men over the last few years, and I've found that my connection with the Lord is what gives me the strength and the guidance that I need to excel in all areas of my life. I can't recommend this enough. This is mainly for the fathers. Don't get this for your dad. Send this video to him and have this get him for himself. Happy Father's Day, y'all. Everything that we talked about today, there's gonna be a link in the description below. Also, subscribe to Jordan's channel on The Build Show if you're not currently subscribed to Jordan.
And go follow Matt if you're not currently following him.
Oh yeah, last thing on the list, by the way, we never mentioned these, the Yeti loadout bucket, about 40 bucks on Amazon. Seems kind of silly for a drywall bucket to spend 40 bucks, but
it's got a 10,000 PSI handle and padding, and it's a $40 bucket, but it's really cool.
And there's rubber on the bottom.
It is cool, it is cool. And then you can get made fun of by everybody that you show up with your $40 bucket with.
Pretty handy though, I gotta say. For 40 bucks, I've got a couple of them. I load my stuff in and out of these, and it really is the best drywall bucket on the market that's never had drywall in it. Links in the description for everything below. Follow Jordan and I on Instagram, otherwise we'll see you next time on The Build Show.